am going to leave the room until 10 o'clock. So y'all can have a very honest discussion without me here listening to you. So I will be back in here at 10 with the faculty, and we'll go over the faculty rotations. But I'm going to turn it over to him, and if you guys don't have any questions and get done, we'll start back at 10. But I figure you guys would like to talk to at least one fourth year and kind of get some advice. So we have a group in Athens, you can see, that will be here for just their 4th year rotation.
Okay.
So turn it over to you.
All right. Thanks, Dr. May. So we get to get down to the nitty gritty.
I'll pull back up okay, so if anyone has any questions about anything, these are the VA rotations.
Okay.
These are the ones outside of you. I'm going to come back and say that real quick.
After we do the faculty, I'll go over all the other non-AU rotations. We'll finish up with that one.
But all 3 of these are here. That's all the non-AU. And then that's the VA one. And then, let's see. This one is the AU. So all 3 of them are pulled up. If you ask, I'll just leave it alone for now, but they're all there. The VAs are using the Excel, and then this one, the other Word documents, all the other rotations.
Okay. Can you guys hear me in Athens?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, I just want to open it up to what kind of questions you guys have about rotations, just in general. Oh, come on, I know you guys have questions.
I do, and
Yeah, go for it.
so I guess just like, because I've never been to any of these places or ever seen them, what's the difference between AU versus the doctor's hospital versus university hospital?
That's actually a really good question. So University Hospital and Augusta University are actually right here near the college, as well as the VA. Augusta University is more like your academic medical center. It has multiple ICUs. It's got a level 1 trauma center. It's got the pediatrics hospital attached to it. University is more of your like community hospital. It's more for-profit.
I was born in university.
You're born in university. They have a really huge
Labor and delivery is like super fancy.
labor and delivery is really big over there. They also have some really good rotations. I actually did my institutional over there, and I got to see a little bit of what they offer. They have a lot of cool ICU rotations. I think there's 2 that are offered, which I saw the pharmacists that were listed, and they're actually really nice, really cool people. There's also an ID rotation over there. So they offer a little bit of rotations that you can do over there. And then doctors is actually across town. And the big thing that people associate with is the burn unit, which is really cool. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, I would really highly rank them. But yeah, they're more of like a community rotation as well, for your community hospital. Does that help?
Yeah, it used to be private. I think you work with more students at AU too.
Yeah, that's another good thing. You work with more students at AU than you would at university or doctors. You may see a couple of medical students that are there, but not as much as you would over at AU. At AU, you're going to be around med students, other pharmacy students, maybe some nursing students all the time. It's just kind of like a normal thing. When you're rounding, it's probably going to be with med students and residents versus your attending physician. So if you're looking for more of that teaching style, AU is probably the best bet for that.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, Cassidy. Any other questions? Yeah, Bria.
Okay, we've heard mixed feelings on like how specific to get with ranking. How specific were you, and do you feel like it worked out well for you?
Okay, that's actually a really good question because a lot of us had the same question last year. What you want to do is if you know you want to be with a preceptor, I would go ahead and mark them. But for me, I wanted a lot of ICU rotations. It didn't matter who I got, I just wanted to get that experience, so I left it completely open. You're more likely to get those rotations if you leave them open, so you don't care what precept you get and you don't care what time of year you get it. As for me, I knew that I wanted to do residency, so I wanted to have my community block in January when a lot of interviews were going on. So I put that specifically for that date period, as well as my off block. But again, if you want specific rotations, like if you're into oncology and you don't care who you get, where you're at, that's just something you want to see, I would not be too specific. And then, you know, you can always rank it kind of high because if they have open spots at different places, they're gonna try to put you in that spot.
Do you know if I try to fill in the communities first? Because in my ranking, I put community in like every possible spring time slot. With the machine or whatever mixes up the results or something, assume that I want the other clinical rotations in the fall because of community.
I would think it tries to favor you. So I did that. I put my community block, like I said, in January, and I ended up getting it. But again, it's also about availability with those sites. So if they come to you and there's nothing available in January, February, they may put you that towards the end, but if there's absolutely nothing available, they might have to put you in the fall. It's also, I mean, they're trying to do the best to help you guys out and what you want, but at the same time, they've also got to feel, you know, where there's a spot.
Okay, so you really want it critical.
And I have another question.
Hang on, I got one right here in Augusta. Hang on.
Go for it.
I don't know if y'all maybe can't hear me, but so like you said, you wanted a lot of critical care rotations. So did you rank those under the like acute medicine and your electives? Or did you only rank them in one place? Does that make sense?
So here's the fun part, the guessing game. So what I did was, the required acute care, I ranked what I wanted specifically. And then when I went to my electives, I was like, okay, I'll probably put what I put as 4 or 5, starting 4 or 5 on my required. I'll put those first on the electives.
Okay.
So that way I know I'll get those, but if I don't get those, I'll get the 4 or 5. And then if I don't get 4 or 5, then I can actually, on the elective side, it'll go down from there. It's really confusing how it all works out because we tried to figure this out last year. But sometimes it's just luck of the draw. So that's how I did it, and I pretty much got mostly everything I wanted. Again, there's a lot of rotation that you just can't get because there's so many spots. But that's kind of how I would recommend doing it is, you know, rank what you want and you're required, and then for your electives, maybe go from like 3 down and put that in. And another thing about the ranking, I made sure I went down the list and like filled in as much as I could because I was like, if I can't get my couple first choices, I'll make sure it goes down to what I want in that order. So that way I didn't get it. So I wasn't really interested in going to psychiatric medicine. So I made sure to rank that kind of last so they went through everything else. So I kind of made sure I was getting what I wanted.
I just have a question.
Yeah.
Can I really just live anywhere and I'll be pretty close? Or do I need to live in a specific area to not end up driving an hour? Is anything an hour away?
Hey, Ladecia, we'll talk to you about the living situations and stuff later, I think, because I think we have some more questions about rotations.
Get a new flow.
Yeah, I think your fellow classmates can kind of help you out with the living situation. I mean, if you live around like Martinez, Evans, all those, that's pretty close. Real deep question?
Okay, you said that you ranked psychiatry or whatever lower because you didn't want it. So do you not recommend, like, ones that I don't want, I was just gonna leave off? Is that not a good plan?
You can do that. The only reason I ranked the way I did was because if I didn't get those first choices, it would go through the list and go down like
In order.
in order of what I would want last.
Okay.
So if everything else was full, I knew the last thing I would probably get is
So fill it
psychiatry.
out as much as.
You can. That's what I did.
Okay.
Okay, so this kind of might be the same sort of question.
Yeah.
But if I want a critical care rotation,
Mm-hmm.
but there's like 5 or 6 different options for critical care, do I need to go through and rank all 6? Because then it takes up a huge chunk of my 20 options. Does that make sense? Or should I just rank
so
like
if you want to do critical care and you don't care who it's with, where it's at, just put critical care like adult and just leave the time and the preceptor blank. Does that make
Okay.
sense? Because if you leave it blank, if there's an open spot somewhere, they're going to put you in it, no matter who it is. But if you get really specific with a system, if there's not a spot open, then you won't get that rotation if there's no spots available.
But like Seth, I could put like Dr. Newsom first on the list and then put like critical care just general.
Yeah.
And then it would preference that, but if I didn't get that, then I just get some.
Yes, you can do that. Because, I mean, if you want to do a specific facilitator, do that first, and then if you're like, well, if I don't get them, I don't really care, then you can do that second. That's always good too.
Okay, so like if I wanted like pick you first and then just put general critical care under that, and that way if I don't get that one, they'll put me somewhere, hopefully.
Yeah, and funny enough, there's only one PICU rotation. I actually got done with that. That was my third rotation, and it's great. I highly recommend it if you, like, I know we all have to do a PEDS rotation, but it was really cool. The preceptors are awesome and amazing. So I would recommend that one, and that one you can just leave blank on the preceptor since there's just one. But yeah, if you want just to generalize critical care, you can rank that one and then rank adult critical care.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So how many people want to know what rotations to get and what rotations to stay away from?
Which ones to stay away from?
Yes, tell us the
The
like no ones first.
So there's really no bad rotation. I'll say that up front. There is really no bad rotation. There's rotations that are going to make you work. They're going to make you work harder than others, and you're going to get to those preceptors where their teaching style is maybe different than what you're used to, and their personalities might not mesh with yours a little bit. But it's still, you're going to learn from them. They're trying to make you better. I had a really hard rotation. I kind of took it personally from the preceptor, but in the end, I kind of looked back. I was like, it did make me stronger. It made me like solidify. This is what I want to do, and it's like they're going to push me to that next level. So there's really no bad rotation. Everybody at AU is amazing. There's some that are going to push you more than others, and then I mean everybody at the university hospital are great as well. I got to meet a lot of them.
What about preceptors that do not give A's?
Is that a thing?
Oh, gosh.
That is a thing here.
What?
That is a thing.
Okay.
There are
Like they will
some.
kill you and then also not.
There are some that do that, but
Can you send us an email?
okay.
You just put it in writing, like.
Oh, I should do our Facebook page.
Encrypted
Okay.
email.
And I highly recommend taking Dr. Newsom's elective.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
really great.
You just want to not believe it.
Thank you, Seth. You look like you're very popular from the window. But I know this isn't going to work for the ones in Athens, but you know we are having our Friendsgiving today. There will be a lot of fourth years milling around with you guys too, so that will give you another opportunity to talk to some more of the fourth year students if you're interested. And Bill only is the class rep for the fourth years, and he said he's willing to talk to anybody who wants to talk about rotation. So I think most people would be ready, you know, very willing to talk to you guys. Okay, so we have the faculty here now. They're going to talk through their rotations. Is anybody in a super big hurry that needs to go back to